Hello everyone. Welcome to the channel. If you are a returning viewer, I want to say I appreciate the support. If you're new, welcome to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to talk about the cost of living in Malaysia, right? I got viewers from all over. I got viewers from the UK, Australia, United States, Canada, etc., different parts of Asia, different parts of South America, Africa, all that. So I'm going to give you the price of living in Malaysia, and I'm going to give the price in USD. So if you're from another country, be prepared to do a little bit of conversion. But if you're like from Europe, you already know that at least to the European Union countries, the currency is about the same. The good thing is Malaysia is about 50 to 70% cheaper than the US. I'm going to say that again. Malaysia is 50 to 70% cheaper on average than the US. So whatever you're paying in your home country, assuming that you're from the UK, Canada, USA, etc., it's going to be significantly cheaper. You're going to enjoy a very affordable lifestyle. But I could say that until I'm blue in the face. I want to give you some direct numbers. So be prepared for some numbers as we go over this section by section. I broke it up as far as insurance, food, transportation, gas, etc., right? So we're going to start at the very top of the list. In this particular video, I'm not going to go too much into the visa requirements. I encourage you to do your own research. I will have later videos talking about different type of visas, but generally speaking, the visas are only a few hundred RM, right? Which is the Malaysian ringgit, right? So let's say it's a $300 RM fee. That means in the US, it's going to be less than $100, right? So they have a digital nomad one. They have like employment passes if you work for a Malaysian company. There's a Malaysia My Second Home visa, right? There's many visas. So it's typically pretty easy in that sense as long as you have the correct support. I want to first talk about the flight, all right? So generally, unless you're coming in from another Asian country, you can expect to spend about 600 to 1600 USD on your flight. Now, if it's one way, it can be a lot cheaper, right? You can get one for 400, 500, 600, less than 1,000, depending on where you're flying from. I was surprised recently. I was looking at flights to Africa. It was like 1,700. I'm like, wow, right? So that's going to be one of the pricier upfront things. Now, I do want to go to the renting. So if you've seen in my Malaysian videos, I was in an Airbnb, had a nice little high rise. I believe I was like on the 40th floor or something crazy like that. I was way up there. I was playing guessing games on my live, asking people, where you think I'm at? What floor you think I'm at? Just to mess around. By the way, stay tuned. Make sure you hit that subscribe notification button because I will occasionally be doing lives. In each country I go to, I do a 7-Eleven comparison video. So I actually have a Malaysian one coming out soon. But anyways, back to the renting. The Airbnb I was at, if you were to rent that for a daily basis, you're looking at roughly $30 a night. Now, when you do monthly, they give you a discount, right? So you can get high-rise rentals for like 800, 700 USD, and that's on the app. So imagine if you were to go off the app, right? Because that's where you really save money once you cut Airbnb out and all this place and all that stuff. Now, if you're new to a particular country, I don't recommend you do that, but that's just a good way to save money. So for a mid-range apartment in the city center, which is like almost downtown Kuala Lumpur, you're looking at between 400 to 800 USD. And that's considered a good apartment. Like you have swimming pool, you have a weight room, may have a sauna in there, right? Kind of like Thailand prices, Bangkok, Thailand prices a couple years ago. Bangkok's a little bit on the rise, but now you have a cheaper option like Kuala Lumpur, right? I'm trying to tell people, hey, let the Pookies and the Ray Rays have Bangkok, Thailand. Come over here to Malaysia. You're going to be appreciated a lot more. It's going to be a lot cheaper, and the food tastes better. I've been a spokesperson of Malaysia heavily. By the way, all my Malaysians, make sure you join my Discord. The link is going to be in the description. We started a Discord a couple days ago, but we need some more Malaysians in there, right? Right now, we got some Europeans, Americans. Let's get some more diversity in there. Moving on to the next section, right? If you go outside of Kuala Lumpur, you can expect to spend less. Now, for these prices, I went to the famous website that I talk about all the time. They don't pay me for sponsorship. I'm just giving y'all this game for free. It's called numbeo.com. You can go there. You can compare prices, different cities, states, countries, etc. But if you're in somewhere like Penang, Malaysia, compared to Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, expect to pay 20 to 40% cheaper for your apartment situation than you do in Kuala Lumpur. Kuala Lumpur, for those who don't know, is like the main city in Malaysia, right? It's like their New York, essentially. They're Bangkok, right? Now, speaking of New York, in a big city, big cities are typically known for food. So I'm going to talk about the price of a meal. You can go to a street vendor and easily spend $1, $2, $3, $4, $5 per meal, right? And that comes with a drink. Now, if you go to a mid-range restaurant, then that's when you're looking at, maybe $4, $8, $10, $12 USD, right? Western restaurants are going to be more, of course, because it's looked at somewhat like a luxury, and then also it's not as common, right? So if you have somewhere like Outback Steakhouse or even McDonald's was a little bit on the slightly pricier side, right? Because it's considered like Western, essentially, right? So next, let's talk about the groceries. You can get groceries for very cheap. I'm talking about spending like $100 to $300 a month on groceries, and that's going to have you stacked up with water, right? One of the best feelings I have in life is opening my fridge, no matter what country I'm in, and seeing beautiful groceries, all different size, shapes, and colors. As a man, it just does something to me when I can just open my fridge and I have different options, right? I remember times when I didn't have as many options, right? So every time I see that, I just appreciate it. I smile at it. It makes me happy. And the groceries out here are super cheap, y'all. I'm telling y'all, super cheap. If you think Thailand is cheap, you got to come out here. I'm telling you. There's been times I went out to eat and it was like $8 for two people. And I'm looking at this like, this is just me, right? But no, I'm looking at the receipt. I'm like, no, that's for two people. I'm like, what? 8 USD for two people? I can't remember. I don't think I've ever done that in America. Like maybe when I was 10 years old and me and my brother did the happy menu, the kid menu at McDonald's or something. I think it was a couple dollars, but as an adult, never. And the food is absolutely amazing. I will say when it comes to the grocery though, just like many other countries, anything that's considered imported will cost more. So I personally don't drink alcohol, but let's say you drink alcohol and you want to get Jack Daniels over the local whiskey. Because it's Jack Daniels and it was allegedly made in America, they're going to charge you a premium for it. So just keep that in mind when it comes to groceries. But anything local cheese, local produce, local milk, etc., local water, expect to pay very good prices. Now, to get around, you can do the public transportation system, but let's first look at some of the car options. Now, keep in mind, I personally got this off the internet, I'm going to be honest with you. So if you're Malaysian, if you think this price may be slightly off, make sure you let me know in the comment section. But if you're looking for like a used Toyota, a used Honda, from what I've been seeing, a used Toyota, used Honda, less than 10 years old, it appears you can get it between 5,000 and 15,000 USD, right? Kind of similar to the States in that particular range. Now, gas. It's interesting. We call them gas stations. I found out in Malaysia, they refer to them as petro stations, like petroleum. Yeah, it's funny how, two countries can speak the same language, but they refer to things differently. You know what I'm saying? Like we call it elevator. In Britain, they call it the lift, right? But anyways, when it comes to the gas, you're looking at roughly $2.10 per gallon, right? So in the States, it's probably about $3, $4, $5, depending on where you live. Sometimes it can be even a little bit more. San Francisco, you know what I'm talking about. Now, speaking of San Francisco, let's look at the public transportation. Just like San Francisco has public transportation that's amazing, Kuala Lumpur has public transportation that's amazing. And the good thing about it is that it is color coordinated. Once you go to the metro, once you go to the bus, you'll see they have it by names, by numbers, by colors. It's very easy to get around. I give their public transportation system like a 9 out of 10. It's very much up there. It's one of the best ones I've had in all the 16 countries I've been to. Now, with that being said, for a train ride, for me, when I was doing like 3 to 6 stops, I would pay roughly 125 USD. So if you're going a couple miles, you're going 4 stops and you're going back, expect to pay under $3. Extremely good price, right? And these trains come every like 3 to 6 minutes. They're pretty fast. And there's always room, even during rush hour, you can squeeze in. And by chance, if there's not, the next one you'll definitely catch it. As far as Grab, let's talk about Grab. So I did take the train sometimes, but sometimes I'd take that little 20-30 minute Grab ride, right? The train will be a little bit faster, of course, because it doesn't have to go through traffic. But sometimes I would take that Grab ride just to be able to record some B-roll, just to be able to relax, be by myself, think for a second. And for 20 to 30 minute rides, I would typically pay between 3 to 6 USD. It's very extremely affordable. It got to the point where I was asking myself, should I just take a Grab every time instead of worrying about the train? Because I'm like, what's a couple dollars, right? But those couple dollars can add up, right? Now, next thing I want to talk about is the public hospitals. To go to the hospital, a very affordable hospital, you're looking at between 5 to 30 USD, right? You cannot do that in America, even with insurance sometimes, right? Now, a private health insurance, you're looking at between 50 to 200 USD. If you want one that is foreigner friendly, known specifically for expats, expect to pay a little more of a premium. You're looking at 1 to 350 range, and that's USD, keep in mind. Next section I would talk about is the gym membership. Here's something that I found interesting. In all these countries I go to, I find out that the gyms actually cost a lot more. So this is one thing where it does get slightly more pricier from my experience, right? Here in the States, you can get a mega gym, the bigger gyms, you usually get it, Planet Fitness, 24-hour fitness, whatever, $10, $20, $25 a month. When I was in Asia, the cheapest gyms I were finding were like 60, 70, 80, but I was paying like 100 a month. It was a good gym, but just to let you know, it was 100 a month. So if your Airbnb doesn't come with enough weights, keep that in mind. There are live-in maids in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. I had someone ask me, hey, I have a senior citizen mom. Do you think Thailand or Malaysia is better? Those type of questions can be difficult to answer, but I have seen or heard of having live-in maids in Malaysia. And for a live-in maid in Malaysia, you're looking at between 2 to 700 USD, depending on the city, experience, etc. Mobile data plan. Super cheap. If you've seen them when I was in Malaysia, I got the bright idea to start going live because I couldn't believe how much data I was getting. In the States, they say you got unlimited data, but they do that until you hit a certain point. In Malaysia, when they say you got unlimited data, you have unlimited data. So I was paying like something stupid cheap. I think I paid a SIM card and the monthly fee for like $7 USD in a month. And I bought it in the airport. Once you buy it at 7-Eleven or somewhere else, it's going to be cheaper. So I bought it at the airport. Maybe it was $2 more, but I was like, I just want to hurry up and get connection because I had an issue last time I was in Malaysia. $6, $7, $8 for the physical SIM card and a month's worth of service and unlimited data. So I'm running it up. I had a day where I went live for like 5 hours in one day, right? So these are some basic costs, right? Eating local will save you money. Also, keep in mind, if you're outside the big city of Kuala Lumpur, that's going to save you money as well. Now, I don't want to make this video too short. I may make a part 2 in the future, but I'm just going to keep this right here. I will say that this is the May takeover. In the month of May, I'm uploading all my Malaysian videos. I plan to do 300 plus videos in the month of May. That's live streams, short format, long format, all these combined. The month of May, let's get 5K. It's the 5th month of the year. We can get the number 5K subscribers. So I'm going hard for y'all. Last month I had about 93,000 views combined. So I'm like, okay, that's cool. So this month we can get a couple 100,000. Right? If I got 93,000 last month, I can do a couple 100,000. Because last month I I was trying, but I wasn't all the way trying because I was going hard with the live streams, but with the long format, there were some things happening in the background, so I wasn't uploading as often as I could or should. But the live streams, there was a point where I was doing them every day, right? But I'm back. I'm feeling refreshed. I'm in the States, if you don't know, but I got a lot of content from Malaysia. I'm going to be releasing it over the month of May. I need everybody to like, comment, subscribe, share, and hit that post notification button so you can be notified every time I drop new content. Join the Discord group. I got it in the description. I hope y'all have a nice day. Peace.